I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And today we are going to deal with a world-shaking, possibly species and planet extincting problem that needs to be addressed.
Serious disorder and violence.
Bushfires in Australia.
Earthquake and tsunami.
The infighting royal family. I mean, look at them, huh? Can't get along because the whitest, super gingery prince on the planet married a mixed-race actress girl. Now, I don't know if they're racist because they don't want the royal family to have a half-black girl or because she's an actress and an American, and nobody wants that in the royal family. But I will say, there are not a whole lot of Chinese, Indian, African, or Mexican mixed-race babies running around Buckingham Palace. Now, Prince Harry's brother William said, "I've put my armor on my brother his whole life, but I can't any longer." Aw. You know what I love is that no matter how big a crown you wear, you can still be white trash. Now, if you're English and this makes you mad, I don't really care. And listen, Brits, I get that we Americans are coarse, low-rent, loud, obnoxious, crude, and ignorant, and you're welcome. But for you to not like this prince's wife, the lovely and sweet Meghan Markle, come on, she's the Duchess of Sussex now. And yet you guys treat Kate Middleton like she invented lavender and magnets. Seems unfair. Even the headlines about the two of them are oddly, obviously racist. This is said about Kate's wedding. Kate Middleton's homegrown bouquet of flowers follows royal code. Now let's do Meghan's. Meghan Markle's flowers may have put Princess Charlotte's life at risk. Another one? Sure. Kate's morning sickness cure. Oh, Prince William gifted with an avocado for pregnant Duchess. Splendid. Oh, beautiful sentiment, isn't it? Now let's deal with the mixed-race African harlot. Meghan Markle's beloved avocado linked to human rights abuse and drought. Millennial shame! And one more. Kate and Wills Incorporated, Duke and Duchess secretly set up companies to protect their brand. So smart and fiscally responsible, William and Kate are. What are Harry and that woman doing? Ready? Here's what they wrote. A right royal cash-in, how Harry and Meghan trademark over 100 items from hoodies to socks 6 months before the split with the Monarchy. Bloody socks! Now, I can't prove anything, but I think the Brits are a tiny bit racist and probably mad that we Americans, with our fat orange president and inept government, still make their alabaster fat prime minister look like a well-oiled machine. But Meghan Markle is not the second American Revolutionary War people. She is just an American that fell in love with a prince and they wed. And that he is willing to give up his royal life for love is amazing to me. It's a fairy tale, yeah. And so what if they move back to North America to live a real life and have some sense of normalcy for their son, Archibald Harrison Mountbatten Windsor? Okay, so no matter what they do, it will not be normal for Archibald Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. But the good news is, with a name like Archibald Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, fucker's definitely gonna learn how to fight.
Erstwhile.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Archibald. Sad. Everybody, Christopher Titus, Titus Podcast. How are you guys doing today? Thanks for listening and or watching. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Rae.
What's up, people?
And also with me, the Highlander, Ken Highland, ladies and gentlemen, our producer, our backup, our assistant, our gopher, the dude. How's it going, man?
Oh, good. It's going good.
He does everything. And he's learned being in the job that we're not kidding. We told him we hired him. We'd be like, oh, you're going to do everything. Oh, yeah, I can do that. And sometimes I come in and I go, hey, Ken, can you do this too? And you just see him just a little bit of soul. You got it. He picks up a piece of paper, writes it down, and then he writes it down wrong.
No, oh, it will.
All right. You haven't figured out how to decipher me. Ryan got really good at deciphering what I meant. And so
no,
it's
didn't.
Not your fault. Right.
Ask Ryan. I bet if we call Ryan right now on speaker as a test, ask him, did he figure out to decipher you, or did he learn to say, got it, and then call me? He would always call me and go,
true.
Ray.
Ray. No.
He was he said this, and then he wandered away, and he said.
No. I mean artistically, like when we were doing stuff online. Yes.
He used to call me at least once a day or email me and say, "Can you figure out what he wanted for this or what?" And then I would go, "Babe, what did you want to do?" And then you would tell me, and then I would call him and tell him. We had a system.
So Rachel's like an idiot whisperer. She actually, she's like the filter between me and normal people. Quit touching me now.
You're an idiot with a splash of savant.
Yes.
But you're so fast. Like, it's so fast.
I do have a tendency to do it. I had to say something. We just did Phoenix, and we did CB Live.
Tempe.
By the way, we did Tempe, Arizona, the Improv, great club, CB Live on Sunday. Go to those clubs, people. By far, the best crew, the best staff. The sound was awesome. The crowds are smart. You rocked it. CB Live, this girl, I'm backstage. It's like 20 minutes in. I mean, and the room's going rocking.
Awesome.
You were just killing it.
I was drunk.
No, not at all. You kind of were, actually. I take that back. You actually did have two.
Who's counting?
At dinner. No, we had dinner with our friends Nils and Amy, and
Name
you did have a
drop.
cup. I cannot drink before a show. I don't know how you do it.
I can, but not a lot.
My brain goes to another. And my voice went out on Saturday, so my voice goes on Friday.
This
out.
was funny.
Out.
You mean like drink anything or
You
drink?
can't drink alcohol.
I
at all.
cannot drink alcohol before. Now I can pound 6 or 8 bottles of water because I don't like to drink on stage. I hate. It's not fair to you guys for me to be going. Hold on, let me actually. I like to do a show. You don't see in Hamilton they don't stop and just go. I say, and drink water. So I don't think they said that in Hamilton ever. Anyway, so Friday first show it was rough. Friday second show I got a 90 minutes and my voice is going. I sounded like it was bad. I sounded like Bob Dylan and who's the other guy that just sings gravelly like that? What's the hell's his name?
Barry White.
Not Barry
Tom
White.
Waite.
And Tom Waits. I said Tom Waits and Bob
Like
Dylan
he eats glass,
had
that
both
guy.
been out. And I had the flu. That's what I was like. And so she puts what I think I've been pounding tea. She puts tea on the edge of the stage.
And the whole place applauds like, oh, how sweet. She brought him tea.
So I take a thing of tea, and it tasted like pure whiskey. It did. It tasted like.
You know what you should try?
So I made a hot toddy, and the server said, he's not going to notice. We didn't put that much in there. And I was like, he's going to notice. She goes, he's not. So we poured tons of lemon in it, tons of honey. She goes, no one could notice that. I hand it to him, and he instantly goes, oh, my God. This is pure alcohol.
Well, I went like this. I went, oh, thank you for the tea. I took about it. Oh, my God, this is horrible. Like, it worked so. It was crazy.
It was instant.
It was insane. I mean, it was so strong that the mucus in my throat was like, we're out. Jesus, I know you set us on fire. So that works fast. That was the weekend. This weekend we're going to be in Tacoma. If you guys want to go to Tacoma, Washington, and watch the show, new show is becoming Carrying Monsters. It is becoming a monster. And this girl is getting ready to film her special February 1st here in Los Angeles.
Man.
So if you're local or even if you're not, if you're going to be here the Saturday before the Super Bowl, we are going to be kicking ass with comedy. We have some tickets left. Come see it. Now, I want to talk.
Could you guys tell everyone you know to get tickets? And if you're broke, just let me know.
We're all going to do one.
Asses in seats, people.
Get some tickets. February 1st.
Yep.
Asses in seats. It's
Especially
good
for
show.
the early show. Everyone wants to come to the party show.
Yeah, it's an awesome.
All of our friends.
So many people, because I've mentioned the after party on the podcast. Everybody's packing the second show. By the way, first show, people are welcome to come after the second show to the after party too. But so now she's panicked about the after party. This is beginning.
I'm more panicked about the show, secondarily panicked about the shoot that we need to do before the show, and thirdly panicked about the after party. And fourthly panicked, but not firstly, let's put this at the top about what I'm going to wear.
Yeah, it's we've picked. So we moved. We bought a new house. We moved. We planned a comedy shoot special. Then we added another day of 2 days or 1 or 2 days of shooting on top of that. Then we actually I've got this car I'm building.
We're on tour every weekend.
And then we're on tour every weekend to try. And
you're pregnant.
And I'm pregnant. I am pregnant. I am pregnant again. It's all right. That's all right. I just go to Planned Parenthood.
I
got to pay for it, but boy.
Yeah,
I do. I give birth to a Yorkie
it's
every
be
year.
Another boy. I can't wait.
Speaking of Yorkies and English, I cannot believe. So, by the way, people, the president got impeached. It's moving on to the Senate. Lev Parnas came out and basically said, "Yeah, I was there." He's going on Rachel Maddow tonight. So the dude that was involved with Giuliani that released, I don't know what, 300 documents.
But when you see this, he went on 2 nights ago, and tons more information came out.
Yeah, so we don't know what's going on.
Very
so
excited.
I wanted to talk about the royals. It seemed like the world came to a stop because Prince Harry and Meghan Markle decided we don't want to be in the royal family.
It's not even that. It's so obvious to any woman who has ever dated a guy whose family treated her like crap that that's what's going on. And he loves her. And she probably put her foot down because she's got baby Archie now. And he's like the non-robotic one, you know. And he's committed to her living a life different than his own mother had to live. But I was looking up headlines after you said that. Here's an example. Comparison.
I talked about this in the Armageddon update. By the way, so this is how they're treating this half black girl at Buckingham Palace. Do you think is it possible that the English could be a tad racist?
No, they don't.
You sure that the Queen? We would love to have more Africans in the palace.
I hate her. She's horrible.
But only what's the one that was
And I
British
kinda
controlled?
like her.
Only that.
Yeah, exactly.
Only
But only if they're from the colonies.
I kind of want to hang out with her, and I hate her at the same time. Can she come back a lot?
She's here all this episode. She's going to be here a
Okay,
lot.
ready? Kate headline. Not long to go. Pregnant Kate tenderly cradles baby bump while wrapping up royal duties ahead of maternity leave. Ready?
Kate is so cute, isn't she
so
cute?
cute.
Kate, she's so
Oh my
cute and so
God.
lovely. We love Kate Middleton. She is by far the best. Oh, princess of princes.
Same newspaper, Daily Mail.
Same against.
Why can't Meghan Markle keep her hands off her bump? Experts tackle the question that has got the nation talking. Is it pride, vanity, acting, or a new age bonding technique?
Right, see, it's Kate is so much better as a mother. Right, so Kate was on the way she touched her baby bump was right massage, whereas Meghan Markle is touching her baby bump and basically just poking it. Right. See, it just seems like I read all of them. There's like 15 of them, people, and they.
This one, the
here we go.
avocado one.
I read this. Yeah, this one's in the thing. Go ahead.
Kate's morning sickness cure. Prince William gifted with an avocado for pregnant Duchess. Meghan. Meghan Markle's beloved avocado linked to human rights abuse, drought, and millennial shame.
Yeah.
Same newspaper.
Same newspaper, and basically, so there's obviously, so at one point, if I'm Meghan Markle, who, actress, whatever, the dude fell in love with her. He could have anybody in the world, likes her, obviously she's the one. I'd be like, I'd do the same thing. Fuck the monarchy, I'm out. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not staying for this bullshit.
Well, and also, I mean, you kind of see how tender they are, brotherly. His brother makes this announcement, I've held my brother up for long enough and I'm done doing it.
I've had my arms around my brother his whole life. That stops now.
This is going to show my vast knowledge of British politics.
All right.
But aren't they basically like the Kardashians of Britain now? It's like they're just kind of figureheads.
Yes.
They're not really.
Yeah, they don't. Well, it's weird because they can, like when Trump basically blocked her like a hockey goalie. Remember when
That was
would
awesome.
visit, and he just kept. You don't walk in front of the Queen. You just don't.
Right. Yeah.
And he just walked right, and then he looks around. I'm like, hey, where's that little lady at? Was it Hummel that was following me?
Right. Yeah.
It's weird how they do seem to make it, but I don't understand. It seems. So
They are very influential.
right. They do have a say. They do
They
say
have
stuff.
Yes, and they deal with a lot of what would you say, the humanitarian side.
Right.
They have projects. They
Yes.
have a lot of money. They're exactly like the Kardashians.
But the problem is, don't the English
No, they
people
don't have
support them?
projects.
Don't the English people support them? Like, isn't the tax dollars and stuff that runs
She
it?
has the power to appoint and dismiss the prime minister, so that's pretty powerful.
Oh, so she is like the badass president.
The power to appoint and dismiss other ministers, the power to summon, prorogue, and dissolve parliament, and the power to make war and peace. So she's pretty powerful.
And she's 93. Yeah, that's who I want in charge of who's going to make war and peace. Of course, it's the British. And then I don't think they're really. I don't know what they're like really, but it doesn't seem like they're really bringing a big war machine to the game. They
It
just
says-
got, hello, America. We are having a bit of a spot of trouble again with these Germans. Can you help us one more time?
They really.
However, Parliament
It's over.
is in
love doing
charge
that voice.
of, because they're a constitutional monarchy, Parliament would be in charge of legislation.
Right.
So they are more symbolic, but she could put the smack down, I guess, on Parliament and on the Prime
flex.
Minister. She could
Flex
flex.
a 93-year-old.
Noodles.
Guns.
She just All right, you assholes. He just comes in like, it's time to crack skulls. Pardon me. Excuse me. It's very polite about it.
We never hear her talk.
Going to be kicking ass and taking names. Boris.
That's how they talk in Parliament. That guy's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, he quit. The guy that would go, order!
I love that guy.
Order! That guy was awesome.
We need to do a British podcast more often because these are unused characters. Yeah.
Order!
It's the face.
Like, I wasn't sure. When I first saw him, I wasn't sure what the hell he was saying. So they're calling it Megxit instead of Brexit.
Yes.
I love that their country could be falling apart. They're leaving the European Union. It's going to fuck up the world economy. And they're like, yeah, you know, Meghan's leaving and Harry, and I think it's very important. We should stop talking about everything else except that.
Yeah.
She
Focus on
also
that.
has to sign
By the way,
off.
to all you English people that are going to really rip the shit out of this podcast on YouTube and on Libsyn, sorry, but it's really fun to do your voice. As I'm sure you guys are at home going, damn, I'm an American. I'm gonna do something. I'm in the KKK.
That's probably what's happening for sure. She also, it's a formality, but she has to give royal assent to any new law. So she has to sign off on it. This is kind of like what we've been living in until we got Trump, right? So no one has dissented since 1708. Which was Queen Anne, who was a major bitch.
She was?
Yeah, but it hasn't happened since. She vetoed a measure.
What makes you think Queen Anne was such a bitch?
Did you call her a britch? Is
that
that a new word you just coined?
Brioche?
It's a really angry British person.
It's a britch.
I say she's a bitch.
She can also pardon criminals and appoint ministers to the crown, but a lot of it is formality. It's kind of like what we've been living with, like the Justice Department policy that's not a law because
That
no
the
one ever
president can't be
conceived of such
indicted,
an
right.
evil human being becoming president.
Yeah, we never thought we'd have a full-on, flat-out, balls-out criminal as president.
Yeah, so after her, let's see who takes over because I bet shit's going to change.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Donald Trump is sort of like, it's sort of this new trend.
So who takes it over? Because Prince Charles isn't, because he got married to what's-her-face. All right, let's break this down. So he can't be king now, right?
Yes.
No, I thought he pulled out. I thought he decided if he'd have pulled out, maybe he could have been king. Boom.
It's Prince Charles would be first in line.
Yeah, but he's 60, 70 right now.
She's 90-something. That
Right.
doesn't matter. Her poor husband. Next in line would
Poor
be...
husband. He's done. Are you kidding me?
Next...
By the way, dear, I'm taking the jet to the colonies.
He's a drunk.
He's Arthur.
I'm gonna go to the colonies. You run all this. Get Boris out of here. I don't like him. And where's that black girl? She's beautiful.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm taking off my shoes under the table. I'm hot. Prince Charles, then William, then... Who? Wouldn't it then be...
So William's going to get it. William will end up being king. Did you see... Now, here's the thing. If you have English genetics, you really shouldn't be making fun of anybody in any way.
Yeah.
Because William... Did you see how William ended up looking? He looks older than his dad.
Yeah.
Right now. What happened?
It's not good genes they got. It's bad. It's not.
Is it
Actually,
inbreeding?
The other one, Harry, he's already balding. But he's cuter.
Yeah, he's got something. I think he's got more of his mom. He obviously
Because
had
of
more
a
his dad.
dramatic break with tradition, I guess this new thing, William and Kate's eldest child would be the next in line to inherit the throne regardless of the child's sex. Clearly it's a boy. That change was adopted in 2011. So it would skip over Harry and go to their son. That's why he's like, why I wouldn't care either. There's nothing at stake,
Yeah,
right?
he also at a costume party dressed up as Hitler. So I think the guy.
Really?
Did you know that?
No.
Oh yeah, that was a scandal.
What?
He was like 15 or 16, but he went to a costume party as Hitler.
Then their other two kids are in line
Lovable
after
Hitler.
George.
Oh, that version.
There's a bunch of people in line before Harry. He's sixth.
Oh, I'm out. I'm moving to
Yeah.
Canada. What are you kidding? I'm going to surf.
I'm going to go smoke weed and
I'm
live my life.
Right, with my actress wife and go to cool parties. I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
Who would want that? Like, they've already got, right?
He-
They're wealthy beyond belief.
Yeah, and he's sixth in line. No, he said we want to make our own money. He said we want to pull out of because I think it's one of those things that if we
Right, if we send you a check, you will show up when we ask you to.
I don't like her. I get why her husband's a drunk, though. I mean, in your world.
I don't talk so much. I go, what happens is I fly back and forth wherever I want to fly. I sleep in the big bed by myself. Well, she does. I can't stand that voice. Hey, baby. Oh. I'm gonna get booked in England on a gig, and I'm gonna hit customs, and he'd be like, "All right, Mr. Titus, step aside, please. Please open your orifices. We're about to insert a bunch of things in it."
You need to do like an all British version of Armageddon. Like it's just
all British version of anything. Yeah. You could read a Donald Trump speech as that person. I would love it. By the way, when Harry and Meghan go to when they leave, are they going to come to the United States?
Yeah,
they keep saying Canada, but she's from here.
She'll end up here. Her mom was flying to Canada. Yes, I think, yeah.
What they need is a little CBD oil delivered straight to their doorstep.
And now advertising ambush brought to you by Rachel Brett.
I felt like that was a really solid segue.
It's very smooth. I didn't see it coming at all.
He did nowhere, out of left field.
I was just writing notes.
I will say this. The CBD oil that you gave me, I slept better.
Feels, F-E-A-L-S, feels.
I slept better. Mm-hmm. And it's weird because when you take it, I don't notice like I'm anxiety filled, and then I just go, But after about 30 minutes, I'm just not anxiety filled.
If someone asks you, you'd go, oh, crap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, hey, I do feel better. Right. Yeah, it was awesome.
It helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. My dad actually takes it. He just had back surgery.
Yeah, ex-Marine pilot. He's
it helps.
Well, can you send me some more of that?
It helps him sleep. It's helped manage pain. It's pretty amazing. It gets delivered directly to your doorstep. You guys know I love that because I don't have to leave my house, which is my favorite. And it's natural. So if you go, you should go and read the health benefits of CBD oil, but it's pretty amazing. Central nervous system, calming. I mean, go read it. I don't have to tell you.
It's actually stopping some kids like seizures and stuff too. Some of the right CBD oil was actually that's where this started. And Sanjay Gupta at one point was like, I was against this, and then I've seen the medical data. I'm in.
It's pretty amazing. We gave it to Mom when she was on chemo. It's you just do your research. You can't beat this. And this product is so cool. You guys got to go check out their website too. All you have to do is go to feals, FEALS.com/Titus. You can become a member. That means you get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping.
What?
Feals.com/Titus. Trust us on this one.
In England, the drugs are not illegal. CBD oil will be considered a controlled substance.
That mug is full.
Frankly, I like it.
I don't like this woman. I love that he's just hammered now. He's still alive, right?
Of course.
He's younger than she is, yeah?
I thought he was really old. Let's see.
Prince Philip, right?
What's he up to?
Was it Prince Philip?
Not sure.
Okay, we're only gonna do.
He is Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh.
Yes.
Yes. He was born into Greek and Danish royal family, so he was a royal in his own right. He was born in Greece, but his family was exiled when he was a child.
Wow, what did he do?
Not a pretty man. He first met her in 1934. She was 13 years old. She was a princess. Wow, he was 18.
Jeffrey Epstein was around for a long time.
He was 18. Think about he's known her since 1934.
Wow.
It's 2020.
Yeah, for God's sake.
Almost 100 years.
I wish to God I had I ruined my life when I did that. It's 13. Jesus Christ. Thank God for Scotch.
That's what I pictured him drinking in that cup was Scotch. He developed the equestrian event of carriage driving.
What?
Sorry, what?
He is a patron, president, or member of over 780 organizations.
Wow.
That's too many.
It is a lot.
He's the longest serving consort of a reigning British monarch and the oldest male ever of the British royal family.
How old is he now?
He retired in 2017.
He's got to be
200
at age 96.
Yeah, right. So retired in
He's 99.
He's almost 100.
Wow.
Hundo. Homeboy made it a hundo. So you
he
can say
retired having completed 22,219 solo engagements since 1952.
so now he is just sitting in a bed drinking. That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deserved it. 22,000 events with that.
And he looks great. He looks like exactly like he did when he was 20. Old as fuck.
It's just okay. Here's the thing. So here's the weird thing. So they have weird genetics. Their teeth are weird. They,
No.
they lose their hair. They lose their hair, but they live to be 100.
Yeah.
How's that work out? How does that?
They're just born 100.
So they just got a great internal genetics, but external genetics.
they're just like babies inside. But
It was actually.
All right, you're going to live to be 300, but you're going to look like that your whole life.
It was actually Philip who pressured Charles to propose to Lady Diana Spencer or break off their courtship. He basically gave him the piss or get off the pot speech. Charles says he felt pressured to make a decision and did so, proposing to her in February of 1981.
That didn't work out well.
But wasn't he already in love with Camilla?
Yeah, he was already. What they didn't like Camilla though for some reason. I can't believe we're this deep in the weeds on the British family
This
right
is
now. I
amazing.
really am like.
This is
I didn't
awesome.
mean for this to go this way. I just wanted to talk about Meghan and Kate and how they. It seems really unfair.
The
but,
Queen and Philip actually hosted a meeting with Charles and Diana when their marriage was breaking down. He actually wrote a letter to Diana expressing his disappointment. Let's just pay attention to this. He wrote a letter to Diana expressing disappointment at both Charles and her extramarital affairs. He wrote a letter just to Diana about the
Both of them.
extramarital affairs. Yeah.
his two though. He didn't write one to Charles.
Nope. Asking her to examine both his and her behavior from the other's point of view. She says she found the letters hard to take.
Letters. Megan's got letters. She's getting.
Just the
Right.
woman, the boy,
Yeah,
the
but
guy.
Meghan.
Didn't
they have a meeting that she didn't show up for? That was the whole thing about Meghan and Kay. They said, all right, we're going to leave the royal family. We're having a meeting. You will show up at Buckingham Palace at the time I specify. That one. Specify, yes, and then we'll be there. I mess up words. I'm 93, for God's sakes.
He's 99.
No, I was doing her.
Oh, is she only 93?
So she didn't show up. So Meghan didn't show up for the meeting. They had a meeting. Everyone kind of, and then she issued a statement. The Queen issued a letter that says we are going to let them pull back halfway from the monarchy.
So in December of this past year, he stayed at King Edward VII's hospital. Buckingham Palace described it as a precautionary measure. He has not been seen in public since May.
Homeboy's 99, man. I'm at 99. I'm not going out a lot. Hopefully I'll be water skiing. That'd be great. Even if I couldn't water ski, just strap my ass to a board and let's try to get my ass up.
Maybe he's just be like translucent. He's so.
He's so English. He's so English.
Where is he?
so white.
I've
here.
been out every day. People just keep walking into me.
He's so white.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess
the wall and disappeared.
I watched like a mirror and didn't see myself. I'm an apparition. As long as the scotch keeps coming, it's fine. Oh, look, you can see it going through me.
Sorry, I'm being
confused.
stupid. All right, so I just think that I was proud. Harry said he didn't want her to get the same kind of crap that his mom got. She obviously has been getting it. And as we've seen from the paper. I'm proud of the
You
dude.
can
I'm
now buy Megxit merchandise inspired by her and Prince Harry quitting.
God.
T-shirts,
goody.
mugs, and the like.
Cute.
oh goody, I can't.
Megxit, when you leave that toxic relationship to start living your best life, is the definition. I kind of love it too. It's very reminds me a lot of Diana. This sort of like, I get that I married into this family and you guys got your weird little tradition
Right.
bullshit, but I don't have to do that. I thought I did, but then you were an asshole to me at Christmas, and now I don't.
And whatever they do for Thanksgiving, I will say this too. She probably realized. Hold on, wait. You're sixth in line to the crown. I'm going home. A sixth in line.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people have to die before something cool happens? I'm out. I'm gonna go get my job back on Alias or whatever show she was.
Whatever she was on.
Was she on Alias?
No, she's on the.
She was in a lot of Hallmark movies too.
One of the CSI things. She's fine. You know what? She's really sweet. Here's the thing about this woman. If you look at Meghan Markle, she's like into charity. She does things for her fans. She's really a good person. You know, and I just, it bothered me that they went after her, and that's why I wrote that thing.
Totally sucked into the royal. Did you see that? You just did a like tabloid review. It was very sweet.
Oh, deep down,
She's a sweet person.
She really is. She's really a nice person, and she's an American. And I think they're still mad about the Revolutionary War. I think they're still pissed, as well they should be. You know, and not only did we send them, does Harry marry an American who they got their ass kicked by? She's also she's half black. So you know, they were like, oh my God, I don't believe it.
It's America.
In the palace? In the palace?
Alarms
Look,
going
I
off.
know, I know. I feel bad for him, man. I'm good. I'm not. You know. I hope they have a bunch of babies and just bring them over and drop them off.
Yeah.
There you go. Enjoy it. Raise this, you 93-year-old biddy. I mean, I respect the Queen.
Queen Mother, you mean?
Yeah.
The Queen Mother. Please call me what I am.
What's your husband gonna do? Beat me up? He's 99.
Oh my God.
I can probably beat his ass. I'm in a mood today. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get beat by a bunch of English soccer thugs. That's what's gonna happen.
Hey, you know what? You stuff about the Queen, very funny.
What are those dudes with the, they're going to be at the front door?
Just some big giant heads and wearing padding. All right, I don't know what we're talking about. I'm
either.
off today.
I just think
We've had. I have to be honest. I am in a place of confusion and dizziness. I feel I'm getting over being sick. So are you.
I don't feel well.
We're working like crazy. Our house is chaos. We just moved to our house. When moving is, I don't know. There's organs I would have transplanted before I would move again. I'd be like, yeah, I got a choice. You could move a 4-bedroom house, or we can actually swap your kidney with this dude. And I'd be like, I'm like, I would have to take a minute. I'd be like, can I have a day? Because I think the kidney thing, I'm laying down, right? I don't have to lift anything. Okay, I'll do the kidney thing.
Well, and also because we're working every weekend, we're on the road. We're home for 2 days. We're back on the road tomorrow. We're sick, and we need things to be built before we can unload certain boxes, and so we don't have time to unload. So we're living in chaos, and we're filming the special, so we're living in complete and utter chaos.
We knew this was coming, though. I said it when we did it. You said, "We'll get a house." She's like, "We'll get a house. It'll be fine. There'll be a lot to do, but we'll do it."
No, that's
and
not.
now we're all both kind of going.
You're like Prince Philip. You're just writing me the letter. Sexist. I like that I'm the idiot.
I wish I was like
I
Prince
talk
Philip.
like this. We'll get a house. It's gonna be awesome. Now, everyone that knows me knows that is not me.
You kind of, you didn't change your voice at all. You did the
get a
voice. And
house.
you did
That
the
was
voice
you for real.
Yeah, yeah. She did the voice, and then she did a real voice, and it was really close. Did you notice how close it really was?
No. You're
Yes.
both fired.
And I've been demoted.
You have been demoted. Sexism rampant.
No sexism. What?
Yep.
I'm not, no, there's no sexism.
Also,
Did you hear the ERA got ratified today?
touch me again.
Did you hear the ERA got ratified today? Virginia voted in. It's the 38th. It's actually in now.
Okay, we still needed 7 states.
No, they said no. There's 38 states now. It's actually just got so you have to change your entire act.
Oh my gosh.
No, but now you can say it. It just got ratified in 2018. It started. When did they start this? When did it begin?
1923.
1923. It took till 2020.
Holy shit.
Almost 100 years for women to get equal rights in this country. 97 years. Wow.
Virginia, wow, the required 3/4 of U.S. states have now voted to ratify.
So
Illinois did it in 2018.
right. So it's not ratified yet, though. They still have to have now that they have enough states, they have to put it through.
Isn't it? It should be automatic, right? It's a required 3/4.
I don't know.
Listen to this. This is what I love. The resolution was passed with votes of 59 to 40 in the House and 28 to 12 in the Senate.
So it's close.
So there's assholes.
It's amazing.
How is that close after this?
This is just really like.
There's just some guy.
Why is it still on the books?
It's so weird. When
Illinois passed it 32 to 18, I think. It's like amazing.
Here's what. Okay, so women
Very
talk
sorry.
about men like men are assholes, and some men get really offended by that. When you see the vote on the Equal Rights Amendment, equal rights for women. And there's still guys voting against it. You go, dude, you need to take off your affliction shirt. You need to sell your Camaro and go to some get woke, man. Go to some training, some sensitivity training.
As they were debating the amendment last week in Virginia, Donald Trump's Justice Department issued a statement saying that because of the 1982 deadline, they kept extending the deadline for it to be ratified. Because of that had passed with only 35 states approving the ERA at the time, it's too late to add the amendment to the Constitution. So now people are saying it's not constitutionally binding, which means that it's now going to be a lawsuit.
Okay, so let me say this. To all you men out there who actually believe that women should not have equal rights, first of all, fuck you and your friends. Second of all, this has been going on since 1923. It is 2020. Do you know what that means? That means you are such weak, tired, little, tiny men, small, dickless wonders, that you actually would think that women shouldn't have equal rights. By the way, they're 52% of the workforce. Did you know that? Actually, they make more money than men. And you still don't want to have equal rights? What do you got, man? Tell me why. Explain to me. I don't get this. So now Donald Trump, this small-dicked orange wonder, is going to say no. You can't. It's too late for the Constitution. Did the Constitution have a limit on it? Sorry, no. Nah, it's been 240 something
years.
Yeah, nah. 82. No. If you guys you got to get this in by 82. I wonder if slavery could have been done like that. No. We still have to have slaves. Why? Well, I know Lincoln said it, but this needed to be in by 1840, or we're going to do it.
We've got things to do. We're going to have to meet. Table this.
Yeah, we got table equal rights. By the way, she's smoldering right now. You got to say, Ray, I know Ray.
Mostly
she's like
I'm just sitting here thinking I got to rewrite the opening, and I'm filming in 2 weeks.
No,
my head's probably going to explode.
Easy change.
So
now you can actually go after why, even though they still said no. It's even better now, because now 38 states have actually done it, and our president said, nah, too late. TikTok, you didn't get it in. TikTok, no equal rights.
So opponents, if you're wondering why people would oppose it, they are arguing that the amendment would, among other things, undermine family structure, intrude on religious practice, and lead to the outlawing of separate men's and women's bathrooms, single-sex college dormitories, and other accommodations. So once you say that men and women are the same. So that's sort of the argument.
It doesn't say men and women are the same. It says they're equal. Separate but equal is fine, but it doesn't say that. You can still have separate but equal. I mean, they didn't seem to have this problem when black people had to have their own drinking fountains. So right. Are you saying we can't have female dorms anymore? Because someone's gonna bitch? Oh, they can all play on football teams? The society is still gonna be what society is. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yes, it all somehow ties into this whole gender. Non-gender specific. It's all tying into this. So now more conservative groups are coming out against it. But it's had opposition all along. I mean, I talk about this in my show, but in the 70s, a bunch of housewives freaked out because they were like, oh, no, we can't, if we're equal, we can't get alimony and we can be drafted and we have to work and we don't want to do that. And so they fought against it and 5 states pulled their ratification. So there's always been somebody. People are always looking for, how does it benefit me the most, I think.
It's just, at the end of the day, isn't it just the right thing? Women should have equal rights. What is the downside, or what is the upside of it happening then?
Well, people think that we are constitutionally guaranteed equal rights to men, which is actually not true. We're only constitutionally guaranteed equal rights when it comes to voting. Oh, you left him hanging. He was going to.
White man.
Oh, sorry, white man. Yeah, well, I know, man.
People are saying that the Equal Rights Amendment is vague and poorly written. It does not allow any distinction to be made between men and women. Harm to unborn children. It would overturn all restrictions on abortions. It would be used to mandate taxpayer funding of Medicaid abortions. And then people are also saying it would hurt women because it would overturn laws and practices that benefit women, workplace laws for pregnancy, state labor laws, Social Security benefits for stay-at-home mothers, exemption of women from the draft, laws and presumptions as it pertains to alimony and child support, as well as dependent wives' medical bills.
You sound like you're for that not passing it.
No. I'm reading to you because I know people are wondering why.
What's the counter argument?
Why is there a fight? women? Who's the woman that's running? Amy McGrath is running. She was a fighter pilot running against Mitch McConnell. She was in the military and kicked ass. Fine with them. Fine with you guys going to the draft, which we don't have anymore, by the way.
I mean, that's the thing.
It's like
if you either you want to be equal and you take everything that comes with that, or you don't, and you have to be honest.
There's not a woman. There's not a woman today under the age of 60 that is going to say any of this stuff.
That's actually not true.
You think so, really?
I know people that lobby against this.
And doesn't this sound like bigger government? Like government's now regulating.
They're saying it won't affect the wage gap because we're already protected under the EEOC. It's actually going to take away protections that are already in place in the workplace for women, especially because biologically women are different. I'm giving you their argument. Women do have babies.
Right.
Things like that. And so it's going to take away those protections once you say it's all the same. So.
No, that would have to be a lot.
Why would it
take away the protections at all? They're just saying
like they're just trying to roll everything into to make one big argument to say no. You want equal rights? Well, what about all this stuff?
It would also, they're saying, remove gender designations. So women would no longer have all women dorms.
This is the stupidest counter argument.
All women bathrooms, locker rooms. It would make it more difficult to keep that protection.
So to have equal rights, everybody has to
This
be
is my
named
favorite,
the same
by the way.
thing?
Yeah,
this
right.
is my favorite, that I'm giving the counter argument to the ERA, and the two guys are like,
pissed.
hold on. No, you didn't.
Well, here's the reality
This is
of it.
awesome.
So here's the reality. So let's say
You go, boys.
So you're saying that all the gyms would be co-ed then? All the gyms you go to that had showers had to be co-ed. Why?
Sure.
Equal rights.
Okay, equal rights.
Hey! Some old fat guy's gonna talk to you with his penis in the face while his towel around his waist. That's not gonna happen.
Honestly, we're already there. I mean, we're already dealing with non-gender specific bathrooms.
All bathrooms are all like. See, I don't. Even
There's
in LA,
already lawsuits happening now where trans people have shown up to women's shelters and demanding to be let in and stay there, and these women are there seeking refuge from the men that have beaten them. I mean, there's lawsuits right now going to the Supreme Court over stuff like this. We're already there. It has nothing, I don't think, to do with this. Mm-hmm. This is just us finally. You guys have it. We get it said too. Constitutionally, we have the same protections.
So, what is the real reason they don't want it to pass? What is the money?
Abortion.
There's something.
Abortion.
It's not gonna change abortion. Abortion, Roe versus Wade, is still in the Constitution. It doesn't change it. It doesn't change it. I don't understand that. Isn't there other laws that would have to connect to that?
The ERA will be used to overturn all restrictions on abortions, including partial birth,
so it'll be like drive-through.
third trimester,
it'll be
all
like,
that. Yeah. Also, it will be used to mandate taxpayer funding of elective Medicaid abortions. I mean, why do people blindly support Donald Trump? These right-wing, and it comes down to abortion is like at the top of the list. And so we're willing to overlook everything else for this one thing.
So they're seeing it through a lens of just faith and through their beliefs. Yeah. Even though the studies have shown, or data, whatever is out there, that if we take away legal abortions, they're just going to happen. They're going to happen illegally.
Exactly.
We know that. So
well, no, they're going to kill a lot more people. That's what's going to happen.
Women
we take
were
away,
dying,
we take away legal abortions. A lot more women are going to die.
Tiller, Dr. Tiller, who was actually shot to death.
Yep.
There's a great special episode of Rachel Maddow on him from beginning to end. It's pretty crazy, but he found out after his father died. His father was a physician, and he found out that his father was performing abortions at the time when they were not legal, and he said he was like sickened, like he couldn't believe. And then a couple women in his area in Kansas City died getting these back alley abortions, and he realized why his dad was doing it was to protect the women, and he started doing it. And he was known as Tiller the Killer, and they bombed his clinic. They tried to kill him once, didn't succeed, ended up he got executed by a fanatic.
They bombed his clinic, and this dude bombed his clinic one day, and the next day he opened in a new place and told everybody to help where to
put a sign up. We will not be discouraged or intimidated. Yeah, but yeah. So
and I don't know when it comes to abortion. Here's the thing. I've known women that have had them, and not because of me, but I mean I know they had. And you know what? There's not a woman around that goes, man, thank God, woo, can't wait for the next one.
Right.
Do me like you want to do me, because I'm gonna get abortion on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. No woman is pro I'm going to go through this. It's not fun. It's not comfortable. It's psychologically, it'll give you PTSD. No woman wants it, but there's some things that you just, it's not your, I'm sorry, guys. It's not, I'm a dude, which means any opinion I have, I'm already over the line. Any opinion I have is over the line.
That's what I think, and I think that we get into so much trouble when we try to legislate what everyone else is doing.
Well, I'm going to get a vasectomy.
In their personal
lives. How many millions of kids am I killing?
But that's the thing. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm not counting the ones. Hey, whoa! I'm not counting the past ones I killed. I'm talking about if it'll no longer produce. If I get a vasectomy, aren't I literally killing a billion children?
Same idea. It's the same thing.
Or when you hidey-hody in the shower, same thing, right?
Who's Heidi?
Who's
Heidi?
I don't know. Who's Hody? And where are they from?
But that's the thing is that it's delicious to legislate what women do and to shame women and to make that bad. Whereas men, it's fine. You're fine. You're playa.
Well, we've got a million years of, witches, and it's always like this.
Yeah, it's always the women that get, like, you guys were witches. You guys were harlots. You guys were.
My favorite is the test for is she a witch is to burn her or drown her, and if she doesn't drown or die in the fire, she was a witch.
She's a witch for sure. So
right.
no witches were discovered.
Oopsie.
So if you were just happened to be a girl who was a good swimmer, you were a witch.
Yeah. And by the way, when you swim, you can't have any hair on your body, and that's really important. I used to date a guy he wasn't a swimmer, he was a cyclist, so that doesn't pertain at all, but he also had to shave his legs. And if you need to shave your legs...
And now, advertising ambush. Boom! Dropped in again.
I like that you were just like, what is she talking about? What is...
I knew it was coming.
Harry's. Love Harry's. Harry's
razors. This morning I got up and use it. I don't even. It's so funny, man. When I get a new blade, because first of all the blades last forever, but when I get a new blade at Harry's, it's just it's. Although this one this morning, this one's an older blade, and it's still perfect. That's amazing. I've had this one in my razor in my shower for 2 months.
Over a month.
Yeah,
and we don't recommend that. We're just saying.
You shave a lot of surface area.
I shave every day. Yeah, and it lasts me forever. We're sort of fanatics about Harry's, though.
Man, you can't even tell.
So guys, while you're Heidi-hoing, you can use
after you're done Heidi-hoing.
It's easier because it's squeaky.
Then you can
squeaky smooth.
Whatever.
Tidy toe after you Heidi-ho.
You tidy-toed today, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
No,
I shaved everything up, yeah. As I'm talking to her. So anyway, we got to get the special going. I'm just shaving it.
Yeah, I was in the bathroom. He was in the shower using Harry's to remove his Harry's.
People, 5 blades, German factory. Do me a favor. We are not kidding. They've been our advertiser for 3-4 years. We do not advertise for anybody a product that doesn't work.
If you
Harry's
haven't tried
by
it yet,
far.
what the hell are you waiting for?
We've switched military in our family. We have had people who actually fought us. They were tired. They were listening to the podcast. They'd be like, I got emails, dude, I've been hearing about Harry's for so long. I didn't want to buy something that you guys are horn because I know you just horn it. I finally broke down and bought one. Holy crap! And that we have how many of those emails do we have?
Tons.
Yeah.
Our whole family, we're fanatics. We have Harry's crap all over our bathroom. Also, I just want to throw this out there. They started doing hair care, which
really?
Yeah, and this isn't even in the talking points, but I'm sort of obsessed with their price point. So you can get the big bottle of gel. They have taming cream. They have texturizing putty.
I need to try it.
$8.
I've got my. Okay, so here's the thing.
That's
I'm gonna try texturizing cream. I have my stuff. Yep. You have to get stuff for your hair. Sorry, no offense, bro. You got great facial hair, though.
Oh, thanks.
They should just
not use Harry's.
You have to use Harry's.
Oh, you got it.
I'll have to tidy up.
Highlander, you got to get some. You got to get Harry's, bro.
Got to get in there.
Yeah.
So now they have all these products. You guys got to go check it out on their website.
How do they go get Harry's? Because
all you have to
as we do 9-minute ads now.
$5 off the full trial set, which you need because it has everything in it that you need. You get the razor, the handle, the shaving gel, and the travel blade cover. Harrys.com/Titus. You get $5 off of that. So you need to take your ass and do that. It's very cheap. You have no reason not to. Next week,
next podcast you see me on, we'll
Harrys.com/Titus. Face today. I'll go to Lev Parnas. Let's talk about Lev Parnas now.
This guy.
So Lev Parnas, someone called him. I think it was SNL called him Lev and
This is funny.
what's his name? Lev and the
Igor.
other guy. Lev and Igor, the two Shreks. Have you seen the picture of these dudes? Oh, these dudes that were working with Giuliani in the Ukraine that they busted at the airport. The two Shreks. They're the fun. You got to put a pic. We'll put a picture up.
Lev is flipped. He's already done an interview today with Rachel Maddow. It's already happened. It's going to air tonight at 9:00. It
Tuesday.
aired 2 days ago for you guys.
Yep.
Which I don't know. I told you I don't think it's the best idea, and you go, "This is it." I don't want to say that, but this is it. And I go, "Do you remember when Michael Cohen flipped?" And we were like, "That's his personal attorney. He called him his fixer. This is it. It's over. This is his guy." Nothing. That guy's doing jail time. He's
not only nothing. The dude said on camera, because I've known this man very well. My biggest fear is that if he doesn't get reelected, it will not be a peaceful transition of power. And we all everyone went, okay, what? Yeah, okay, yeah, you're moving on. Yeah, go to jail. Wow.
We're so, man. Well, I mean, we've had hope, like these little nuggets of just like, how could this guy still be president?
Flynn, we had Flynn. Flynn's backed off. We lost Tillerson. Here's what the thing that. So you really start to understand how Germany went the way it did, because everybody, this can't happen. What are you talking about? This is not going to happen. Come on. You see Hitler. He's saying the loud stuff. He's screaming. What's going to happen? What, you're going to put people in camps and kill them? Get out of here. Get another beer. Shut up.
House impeachment
and look what happened. And
investigators.
I think you get so far down the road. I mean, to this day, I'm sorry to interrupt you, babe, but to this day, there are still children in cages on the border. Do you get that?
But
there are families, and no one's talking about it.
This is the brilliance of it. There's so much that we forget. No one can keep track of anything. So while you're really focused on kids in cages, glad that you are. I'm really focused on, the hush money paid out of campaign funds that was a federal violation, and someone else is really focused on what about the Syrian future party leader, the woman that was stoned and raped on the side of the road after he pulled our troops.
Of issues, an avalanche of stuff. You can't.
That's why I think the Democrats are pussies.
So many. We're all really standing for an issue, but there's been 1,000 so far, so there's no synchronicity. And
screwed the Kurds.
Yeah.
Bailed on them. The Kurds got slaughtered after we pull our troops out. Then he lets bin Salman kill a journalist. Lets him do it. Just lets him do it. No, nothing. And then sends more troops. How much? Then he says he's basically selling our troops to Saudi Arabia. So basically now we're for hire, which I think Michael Bloomberg and Tom Steyer could just buy some troops. Why don't you buy some troops, guys? Yeah, you'll win the election. And then we've got what else happened? Oh, and then he got impeached because he was using funds that Congress had already okayed for weapons to protect Ukraine against Russia. He was like, yeah, you know what? Tell you what, you take down Biden, I will send you this money. If that don't happen, the Russians are gonna be knocking. You got that? Okay. And that's what he.
Our dogs went.
Our dog's just sleeping. Knock! If someone's here, go get him.
They just released. The House investigators just released a ton of more evidence from Lev Parnas.
Yesterday. On Monday.
In the wake of them then sending over the articles of impeachment. But
maybe this time.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe.
There are voicemails from Giuliani and Victoria Toensing, who's one of Trump's lawyers. I don't know if you guys got to go check it out, but actually there's another dude that was communicating with Lev Parnas about Hyde, who's running for
dumbest
Republican
guy in the
office,
world, by the way.
Who basically they're talking about they're surveilling Maria Yovanovitch, our ambassador at the time, who wouldn't let any of this corruption happen. They're surveilling her, discussing having her killed is basically what they're doing.
They were tracking her. They were
saying the word and we'll find out the price.
One of them says, okay, she's talking to 3 people. Her computer is off and something else is off. They were actually watching. They were watching her. And so, and this is also the same woman that was actually told, people, you got to look at this up. She got a call at 1 a.m. in the morning from Washington, said, hey, you need to get on a plane tomorrow. You're in danger. Wow. She goes, what do you mean I'm in danger? She goes, physical danger? She said, no, not physical danger. But so she's filing a lawsuit today. She's asking for an investigation. Wow. Once this stuff came out, she today asked for an investigation. So here's people, we are living in, so again, Hitler didn't just happen. Hitler crept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just crept, and he just started chopping away and chopping away and chopping away, and pretty soon crazy became normal. And we are now at where crazy is normal. We've got criminals. These guys were busted. Lev and Igor were busted at LaGuardia or JFK, leaving the country with all their money. They got busted before they're getting in the first class line. One-way ticket.
There's a voicemail from Tonsing where she says, "Hey Lev, VT here. We've got a request to talk to the big one. So I need to get the latest from you if I could." It's like, if something doesn't come of this, I'm jumping off of a second-story balcony so that I can live in pain forever.
I look that it took you this long because it is obviously a criminal. And what I don't understand is why, again, what does this cheap-ass, bankrupt fucking criminal have on all these guys in Congress? Mm-hmm. Like, what is going on that this low-rent reality television star who fucked kids, according to Jeffrey Epstein, allegedly, I mean, he was sued by a girl that she said slept with him when he was 13. 16 days before the election, that case got dropped, but it was going to court in New York. How are these guys who supposedly stand up for our country and took an oath to the nation? How are these guys still like, no, he's our guy? How is that fucking like? What is going on? What do they have on these idiots that they are still backing this loser? Explain it to me.
I don't know. Maybe
like
it's not. It could be something as conspiracy theory time.
Okay.
They're sort of supporting more of like agendas.
So you think it goes back? Well, I have this conspiracy that let the dumb guy. Let's get everything done that we want with the dumb guy in charge, and then when it goes bad, we can blame the dumb guy.
Yeah. Or just he's just a face to he's just a ridiculous.
Well, the Republican Party, which years and years ago when I was a youngster, I leaned towards. I voted Republican twice in my life. They're not a party of anything American right now, man. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Even Barbara Bush said that.
Yeah, Barbara Bush, right.
This is not the Republican Party that I worked for. By the way, if you're just looking for a little pick-me-up, because life is pretty hard, Super Bowl's coming up also, which is the day after my special taping. So
if you're in LA and you're going to go see friends for the Super Bowl, go see comedy the night before. And
yes, go see comedy, and then the next day is the Super Bowl. And right now, love this offer. ButcherBox.
What?
Kind of a fan of...
Are you having a barbecue at the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. What do you always eat at Super Bowl parties?
What do I always eat? I do intermittent fasting, so I'm the wrong person to ask.
We were asking for a normal layman response.
Normal person would say,
what do I do? Well, I shoot 300 cc's of creatine and
chlorophyll.
Yeah, chlorophyll.
And
I'm in the gym.
What does everyone eat for football?
Hot dogs.
And
hamburgers.
And
chicken wings.
Yes. So this is such a killer deal. By the way, you can get all of those. You can get hamburger. You can get chicken. But ButcherBox right now, you can get free wings for life. I'm like, how does this even happen? And $20 off your first box with this deal that they're doing
Explain
right now.
Explain what ButcherBox is. Explain what comes and how it comes.
ButcherBox comes to your house. Everybody knows that I love that. Don't have to leave the comfort of your couch. You go online, killer website, go check it out, drag and drop what you want into
comes
your
in a box.
You can
hence
customize
the name.
it, yes. And butcher, it's meat, hence the name. So you, and this is the other thing that I love that you should love, all meat free of antibiotics and added hormones.
Grass-fed.
Grass-fed, finished beef, free-range, organic chicken, heritage pork, wild-caught Alaskan salmon, and sugar and nitrate-free bacon.
The chicken was forced to do yoga. They actually have a lot of the cows they was on treadmills. They've really gone out of their way to make the meat really healthy for you.
What was one of the favorite chicken yoga moves?
One of the least favorite, downward dog. They got scared.
They don't like dogs.
Yeah, right.
Dogs eat.
I don't know any. The cobra. They hated the cobra too. Chickens don't like doing the cobra.
You could come up with. Love the crane. The crane was really a favorite. Anything in the poultry family was
also reluctant deer. They didn't like to do that move. Their feet. Yeah, reluctant deer. What else? They would
cownward dog.
Cownward. Yes.
No. There is a cat cow though.
Cowardly hyena. That was another move that they didn't like to do at all. Yeah, that's a yoga move.
No.
I can do it. Maybe you can't do it.
I would love to see that.
Cowardly hyena.
I think we both do.
You've been with me in a movie with clowns in it. You've seen it.
Oh.
My cowardly hyena.
He does squeal when we're at horror movies. It's my favorite.
I'm sorry. Let's be very clear. So, by the way, ButcherBox people, go get it. It's
ButcherBox is amazing. How can you say no to this? You get 3 pounds of wings in every box for the life of your subscription, plus $20 off your first box. Go to butcherbox.com/Titus, or you can use promo code Titus at checkout. Butcherbox.com/Titus, promo code Titus.
So let's talk about scary movies for a second. Okay, so the other night, I put on one of the most classic horror movies in our generation. Alien is on.
Oh, that was awful.
Oh,
Alien.
what? How dare you?
Right? I was like so
I'm not into sci-fi.
I left. It's not even sci-fi.
Yes,
it's the scariest.
It's aliens. How can you? The name of the movie.
It is, but it is sci-fi. But it's,
you lost him there because you were wrong.
I'm not. It's a sci-fi movie, but when it comes to horror, what's the difference between Freddy chopping somebody up or that thing gooping on someone's face?
It's the setting.
Yeah. It's a setting. It's just.
I don't like that.
Oh, and it wrapped around your neck and says.
I just don't like sci-fi. I'm always gonna have to see a chick in like these really odd Walmart 3-2-a-pack cotton panty things.
This is the part of the movie that Sigourney Weaver at her best.
I mean, that's
no bra.
She's a rock star,
right?
I said, he goes,
killing it.
He said, this is why comedy is better if you do it without a bra. And I was like, she don't have boobs. And he goes, but she has nipples. It's so easy. Women think that men want like this, whatever, big, grand, everything. No, it's just, naked. Naked.
Yeah, all we like is naked. The thing is, I didn't like her being naked. I've known her since she was 13. Trust me, naked ain't what I'm looking for.
Anymore.
So here's why. They have to do that. So you actually put the damsel in peril. That's why she's protected by a thin layer of cotton. That's why they do that.
She put on a suit right away. She wasn't protected by cotton.
She got into the Megxit.
I'm not into it.
But that's
I
the
will
third
say,
one, right?
That was the second one.
And
Yeah,
to
second
be
one, second one.
fair,
Right. That was
everyone
badass,
knows that I don't like movies, so I've stated that. I've read all your emails.
So weird as
I've ignored most of them.
I don't like. I know it's one of those.
Oh my gosh,
it's one of those phrases that nobody
too?
has ever said. Your music sucks. I hate music. What? I
Yeah.
hate movies.
So look, you get 90 minutes, 95 if I'm feeling good, and that's it. In and out. He took me to Hateful Eight. And
you're
4
not telling the
hours
story
in,
again.
and we went
You know
on
what this story
intermission.
This is like when she's 93. She's going to be saying, hey, Doug made a Hateful Eight. I hated movies since then. No, you hated movies well before
I'm going to
that.
be Mitch McConnell.
Yes, you are. You got
Okay, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. To be fair, I'm not always awful to watch a movie with. You put on the new Rambo.
So, can we say this? People, we're telling this story. This is awesome. So, Rambo, Last
And I'm
Blood.
not into Rambo either, but I'm going to go watch a 70-something-year-old Rambo. That I'm into because there's comedy available in a 75-year-old
So
Rambo.
she's pitching. You want to pitch it? Or, so she's
okay,
pitching.
here's my pitch. Okay. And I started doing it during the
He
movie.
gets to still be Rambo, though.
So it's a new Rambo. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Last
Sylvester
Blood.
Stallone is
Moves like
70-something.
this. Moves like
It was
this.
90 minutes, so I give it a solid 7.3, as Dennis would.
7.3. It's pretty good. Yeah.
So,
7.4 possibly.
because he is older now, and because I hang out with my grandma, who
Mm-hmm.
every time she gets up or down farts, my pitch was that every time there's dead silence in the movie, like when he's staring the guy in the eye and he's got him by the neck.
How you do it. Hey, so it was gonna happen. You're gonna die if you say one more time. He never breaks. He never breaks too much. Hey, where's the girl? Where's the girl? I rip your throat out. Make a noise. Make a real noise, you idiot.
I wanted
Let's do comedy again.
That wasn't my pitch. My pitch was
But
those
it's
long,
funnier.
lingering, high-pitched
Watch
ones.
how much funny it is.
Okay.
Ready? Hey, I'm gonna take this knife and I'm gonna cut your heart out and show it to you. Excuse me. And then he still has a little bit of, like, there's a little tiny bit of Rambo shame.
Because
So he's 70 now. But I have to say,
but they kept having him get in and out of a truck, which clearly, at 70-something years old, my grandmother, I sit in the car
can't
and I
sit
help
up.
her get out. No, and she always says, excuse me, and then she'll start laughing. And one time she ran away from us because he was there up her hallway, and every time her feet hit the floor, it was like, fur, 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 and then she laughed even harder. I know what
and as
it's
she's
like.
laughing, it's coming out more, yeah.
So that's my pitch. How do you make this Rambo movie even better.
Hey, she was a girl. I raised that kid. Wasn't my kid, but she was more my kid than anybody. And oh.
Every time he climbs a ladder, you know how Rambo has to do.
Can we do a quick review of the movie though?
Every time he jumps out of something, he's gonna land, fart, and then shoot. This is my entire pitch.
People, do not be afraid to watch, buy, or rent Rambo: Last Blood. Now you'll be able to giggle that throughout the whole movie.
You're gonna see it.
Well, you want to talk about a 4-year-old? So every time he did something, she would just go. And so she laughed. She enjoyed the movie.
I loved it.
But
it's my favorite
that
movie.
being said, without her doing the Sylvester Stallone farting bit, it was still like super fast paced.
We laughed really hard.
But it was really good. Didn't you think it was like for one of those movies? I would put it up there with
solid 7.3
with Roadhouse. I would like as one of those movies. You're like, yeah, this is crazy.
It's a solid Friday night popcorn and Pinot movie. It was. He did a good job.
Great job. And there's a couple surprising moments. I'm not gonna spoil it you, but there's some things that usually don't happen in movies like that. You know, with
when they killed everyone.
Come on! No, not that part. You know that was coming. No, that when I'm not gonna tell you.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You thought I was
watch it,
say
people. Rambo: Last Blood. I know it sounds goofy, and I know it's the 9th Rambo movie, but I swear to God, he's 1,000.
So look, at the end,
really
you think it's over, and there's a perfect moment to make him die.
Is this a spoiler alert?
No. Okay. Well. Probably not. I mean, no, you're not surprised. And he thinks that he dies, and now the Rambo series is over, and and then at the very end you realize he's not dead, so they're gonna make another one, Rambo at 80, which I am there for. I am there
we are so
for
there.
80-year-old Rambo.
But
I'll go to
Rambo.
a theater.
It's Rambo in a like a assisted living facility.
I don't think I saw
That's
the other
way
Rambo.
funny. Hey, you're gonna clean me up or what? You make me laugh.
I didn't see the other Rambos. This is the first one I've seen, and I love it. And so now everybody, when you go watch it, you're going to see all those. Yeah, I started with this one where he farted through the whole thing.
He didn't fart throughout the whole thing.
Yes,
you made
he did.
that. You made it up.
You know he did. You know that they did audio cleanup on that movie because I hang out with Grandma. Sure. It's not possible. And he's eating craft services.
He's in really good shape, though.
Well.
That's right.
I mean,
Sylvester Stallone doesn't fart.
He's reconstructing.
Well,
yes, he does.
I'm just saying, I'm in pretty much control of my sphincter. Please, Mr. Stallone, if there was any shot I was ever going to be in a movie and now it's over, I want to apologize.
It's totally my fault. Although he laughed really hard the whole time I did it for the rest of the movie.
Oh, then no, I joined in. We
Even in sad moments where people were dead and he was doing meaningful eye contact.
She was my most important. It's wrong. It's really wrong. People don't watch the movie with that in your head, or watch the movie.
Every time he did a high kick, come on.
It was badass. That what he set up. It was like, at what point you realize that in the movie, if you just you just suspend all your what you know and go, this dude is this badass. You realize that John Rambo was such a badass and such a special ops guy that he takes on the cartel. It's crazy.
I had to keep asking him, who is he
really
again?
Crazy.
What does he do?
If you see the first one and the second one and the third one, you're like, they made him the baddest ass human being on the planet. In this movie, he actually has 0 Fs left to give, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Rambo: Last Blood. I liked it. I love fun. It's funny. You can say what you want. You know what else happened this year? The Oscar nominations came out, and
I didn't see them.
So Adam Sandler did a movie
Joker
called
get one?
Joker, yeah.
Did
Joker
he?
got
Joaquin Phoenix?
I think he did. I don't know. Look it up.
Perfect.
But I would say this. So Sandler did Uncut Gems, and it's really good. And he's such a good actor. He's done like Reign Over Me. And they never give comics their due. It takes Robin Williams had to do like 3 or 4 movies before he got his acting due. And then it took all the way to the end with Good Will Hunting. He got 3 nominations, and it took him to get Steve Martin.
He's going to win this. I'm looking at who he's up against. Joaquin Phoenix for sure.
So who is it for Best Actor?
Antonio Banderas.
For the Nasonex commercials?
Pain and Glory. I didn't know he was in a movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He was good, but not Joaquin. Adam Driver, Marriage Story. Jonathan Pryce, The Two Popes. Haven't seen that one.
Adam Driver for Marriage Story. Okay.
Scarlett Johansson got one for Marriage Story 2. Renee Zellweger got one for Judy. We watched Judy. I've watched a lot of movies lately for someone that doesn't like movies.
Yeah.
No, it's just not that you don't.
I saw parts of it.
You don't like self-indulgent movies, and I think we have to all admit that Tarantino, as much as I love him, and I think he's an auteur and a genius, sometimes milks it. And I was listening to a great interview. If you go to, by the way, if you like podcasts, listen to I Am. You probably are listening to Mark Maron. Mark Maron. This is how big Mark Maron's podcast is. He interviewed Pitt and DiCaprio on his podcast.
He had Obama on one time.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Obama. Okay, a million views. Politicians will do anything. Brad Pitt and Leonardo don't have to go on his podcast. Yeah. And they're, by the way, such great guys, so cool. Such really cool guys. And they're talking about, they talked about a scene that didn't make the movie, where DiCaprio and Pacino were talking about DiCaprio's career. I mean, his career as that character. And it's about a 10-minute scene, and they cut it out. And then Pitt goes, I hope it gets in the final cut. I'm like, and the director's cut, which means the director's cut's going to be 4 hours.
Right.
And I will buy it. Damn it.
And watch it alone.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
That movie I didn't love. I had high hopes for it, but it wasn't what I thought.
The second time I watched it.
Brad Pitt was awesome in it. He was really good.
So was DiCaprio, really.
He was good too.
Yeah.
But for someone that doesn't like movies, Joker. Love it. And just rewatched it again.
Yep.
Amazing.
So you like movies, you just don't like movies that are slow?
I guess. I don't know. Probably not.
She's never seen The Godfather.
No, they're long.
I've
Plus,
heard that
it's
before.
really built up
surprised
now,
still.
so I feel resistant to peer pressure to watch it. Your phone's ringing.
No, it's not. You want to do news?
We can do a couple.
All right. And now, from sea to shining sea, continent to continent, and sometimes space, it's Bombshell Rae bringing you the Bombshell News.
Dun, dun, dun.
Highlander jumps in with some...
Kansas man asks judge to let him engage in a sword fight with his ex-wife and her lawyer. This made me think of you.
I get it. Let's be very clear. Totally. If the judge went on, all right, look, you guys obviously don't get along. We're going to pass out katanas, and you guys are going to have at it. Mr. Titus, though, because she's a woman, you are going to have to fight her attorney also. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, bring that shit on. Right.
He wants to be granted a trial by combat. He says.
I feel that music from Star Trek.
Yes.
Dun, dun,
he says that they have destroyed his entire life. They have destroyed him legally.
Boy, I get this,
He has requested 12-week time period to find katana and wakizashi swords.
He's going to kicking it old school. Wow.
He's going...
He has argued into court
He's
record...
going samurai.
He has argued into court record that to this day, direct quote, trial by combat has not been explicitly banned or restricted as a right in these United States. He said it was used as recently as 1818 in British court.
That is a loophole.
They are engaged in court disputes, custody and visitation rights, as well as property tax payments. He says that his name is David. He said his motion also stemmed from frustration with her, who argued that because a duel could end in death, such ramifications likely outweigh those of property tax and custody issues.
His priorities, they're in order. Okay, good.
I get this. If you come see my new show, Carrying Monsters, which, by the way, we're going to be in Tacoma Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're doing Sunday, too? Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
We're doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'm headlining the 4:30 show on Saturday.
So we're home on Sunday.
Sure, that's gonna be wild.
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, guys, it's gonna be great. The
judge
show,
is not ruling on this anytime soon. He said he didn't deny it.
He didn't deny it.
No, this was in Des Moines.
Oh,
wow.
Damn!
I'm tuning in for that.
I'm giving her 3 months to take some katana classes. See, that would change everything. The judge goes, well, I'm gonna allow this. We're going to have this 3 months from now. I am ordering you, sir, to pay for her classes.
Oh, yeah.
Sword fighting classes. That's
You're like, hey, equal rights.
By the way, but that's how custody court works. That's how okay, all right, so you want to fight her? All right, you have to pay for her to learn how to sword fight. Fuck, I'd be like, of course, that's how it goes.
Well, by the way, after this fight, there won't be any dispute anymore. No custody dispute, no visitation dispute. No, it'll all go to the victor.
Just 2 deaths.
Is it to the death?
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
What else are you gonna do?
You know,
you're gonna nick him. Or nick the
Ow.
point. No,
Ow.
he's trying to get real.
Ow.
He's trying to get real swords.
That stings. Stop it.
He's asking for a stay to find wakizashi and katana swords. He wants real swords.
it's like Kill Bill 2. They're making swords. I love it. By the way, going through the divorce that we went through, don't you understand this? I don't even go, that's weird. I'm like, yeah, it's bad. You know what? That would finally fix it.
By the way, there is a fortune teller who read asparagus spears and predicted that Meghan Markle and Harry were going to step back from the royal family. She is 64. She's the world's only asparamancer. She says she is able to see the future by throwing asparagus into the air and then observing how they land on the ground. She's a vegetable reader. So she said she inherited the ability from her aunt who read tea leaves. So she just reads asparagus spears. She throws them and then reads.
You can always never let her pee at your house because you will never get rid of that smell.
I always hear him in the bathroom. Oh my God! I go asparagus. Oh, thank God. That and beets.
Or beets. Oh my God! I got to go to the doctor. You had beets last night. I'm good. That's exactly what God.
Anyway, she says she's 75 to 90% accurate, and then she predicted Theresa May being pushed out, and she predicted the Cricket World Cup. So there you have it.
Okay.
Do you have to bring your own asparagus though? I mean, does asparagus have to be your asparagus?
Does it have to be fresh? How often does she have to purchase new asparagus?
Do you have to touch the asparagus so she can get some sort of a psychic connection to
bring
it?
her guacamole, is she confused?
Yes.
It's all mixed.
Right. If you grill the asparagus, does it kill it? Like, I mean, I need the rules. I'm in. I'm in.
If that works.
But, I want to go.
Guess 3 things.
Use some nice
Man
butter and some
suffers
salt.
3-day erection after taking sexual stimulant used to breed bulls.
Suffers. I think a woman obviously
Hold on,
wrote
I was
that.
going to say, man's wife suffers after
There you go.
3-day erection.
Thank you. So, so I've read this. He took bull. What was it?
It was a stimulant, sexual stimulant that they used to breed bulls to get them excited.
And
go to bullstimulant.com.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, our 4th advertiser today. So my question is this: how bad is his sex life?
He had to undergo surgery. He's only 30. Why would you need?
Yeah, why would you do something stupid like that?
Because he's 30, right?
Right. That's a valid man.
Last
you nailed it. You nailed it
October, a dad from East London had an operation to remove part of his penis to stop a constant painful erection that lasted 3 days.
Something's wrong then. It's not. There's no such thing as a painful erection.
He said it began after a motorbike accident.
The erection started after a motorbike accident?
That means, so that means he probably had damage to a blood vessel that was actually blocking up.
He thinks it's the antidepressants they put him on that caused his penis problems.
Antidepressants do not. They do the opposite.
He said he felt like he was going to explode.
It's her fault. This is what it is. Okay?
Let's write her
Let's be
letter.
clear.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I need to write a letter. What did you do?
Yeah.
What did you do? Had you not fought with him, he would have gone on that motorcycle and this wouldn't have happened. It's your fault.
Here's your letter.
People, we hope the IRA gets ratified. It will not get ratified while this man is president. You ladies, you cute little girls, you need equal rights too. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Who's cute?
I am.
That's the weird part, is it works. Guys, go to the Tacoma Comedy Club this week to see the lovely Bombshell Rae. She's doing the Saturday 4:30
The brunch show.
The brunch show.
Then
Bring a bag.
next weekend,
Bring a bag lunch.
Green Bay Meyer Theater, Madison Barrymore Theater, and Minneapolis Pantages Theater.
New show, people. New 90 minutes. It is. What do you think of the new show?
Awesome. Best yet.
Are you just being nice?
By far. I'm never just being nice. I think we all know that.
We do all know that. I live with you. I'm aware of it. You got anything coming up?
I'll be here, literally here.
Working on the Armageddon update. Armageddon update's
Working on the special.
Right.
He's got a lot.
Yeah, we have stuff to build. We have so much to do. My God. But people, keep tuning in and hear us whine about it. Thanks for listening to and watching the Titus podcast. Please subscribe. Go to YouTube, subscribe. If we get to 100,000 subscribers, everything changes. I don't know what's going to happen, but it'll be fun. That's a nice number. I just want a round number.
If we get to 100,000 subscribers, you're going to show us that yoga move that you were talking about in a pair of MeUndies underpants.
I don't know if anybody wants to see that.
I think we want to get subscribers, so
let's don't.
Okay.
Don't. No. Yeah,
right.
don't. That's really you in doing the yoga move in MeUndies.
If we get to
250,000 subscribers by next week.
If we get to 100,000, then we will cut together a clip of Rambo Last Blood with my pitch added.
We will do a 5-minute version of the movie.
Not 5. That's too long.
No, 5 minutes would be awesome.
60 seconds.
All right, 2 minutes
of my pitch for Rambo.
We will do some Foley work on the Rambo movie.
Shoot a new trailer.
Yeah.
Better trailer.
Yep. Yes. We'll fix it.
A more accurate trailer.
Yes.
He's 73 and he's still doing it.
Got it.
Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. For myself, Bombshell Rae, and the Highlander. Peace.
Later. No.
Got to make
hold on. You said the wrong one. You're later. I'm
Later?
Peace out.
And man.
Well, this is not a hard one.
Bye.
No.
Everyone.
All right, okay. Just think. Give me 2. Okay, I'm going to give 10.
What did you
5,
say last time?
4, 3,
Don't
2, 1.
buy.
Everybody, thanks for listening and watching the Titus podcast. For myself, Bombshell Rae, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
Goodbye.
Yeah, there you go. It's got to do, hello, goodbye. I can't believe the noise makes you laugh that hard. See you guys.